rise right now as our cadets enter the auditorium from this end over here. Okay, thanks. Can I clap for them? Fantastic. Please be seated. I want to welcome all of you here tonight to our first annual Fire Science Academy celebration of completion. I want to speak to the young men and women here that you have been trailblazers. You've completed an impossible task in an impossible year. So I salute you for that. I want you to be proud that what you have completed in this difficult course that could put you on the road to new careers. I also want to thank the students, the Lansing Fire Department staff who's around the audience right now, the families of our students. Without their support, your accomplishments would not have happened. So let's give a hand to the families that are here right now. And one last thing I want to tell our graduates tonight, you are part of the LSD family, the Lansing School District, and we can't wait to watch you soar. Once again, congratulations. And I'll turn it over to Ms. Millsap right now.
Thank you, Superintendent Sinacropi. And thank you to everyone for being here tonight. My name is Nicole Millsap, and I am the Sexton Pathway Navigator. I had the pleasure this year of working very closely with all of the cadets. And I'm a teacher by trade, an English teacher. And all the years that I was teaching, whenever I would come across a group of students that were just really special to me, I always made it a point to write something for them and present it to them at the end of the year. And so I wrote something special for all of you. Hope you like it. What can I say? It's been a year of trials and tribulations. Add to that the many chapters, tests, lectures, and quizzes that tested everyone's patience. From September to June, it was a nonstop grind. You bonded along the way and promised to leave no man or woman behind. From would you rather questions on the first day of school to mid-year bouts of COVID, quarantining felt so cruel. That first week, quiet awkwardness, 3 separate high school cliques, quickly turned into one big dysfunctional family where everyone was in the mix. This has been one memorable year, to say the least, watching everyone's knowledge and confidence increase. I will always remember watching you learn to tie your first knots, and the butterfly knot challenge that caused confusion to go up a notch. And the English teacher in me loved seeing you learn all these new terms, words like incipient, combustion, conduction, convection, flashover. And I'm sure none of us will ever forget what SCBA stands for. My all-time favorite memory, though, watching Chief Odom yell, "Fire!" and everyone took off to running faster than Usain Bolt. Who knew that Jason and Jose could move so dang fast? These are just a few of the memories that will forever last. And here we are, breathing deeply after crossing the finishing line. This is a world that we created. I call it our own little Cloud 9, and there are 9 of you. I will start with Tez, so bold and so true. You could be on top of the world if only you knew. From a self-proclaimed knucklehead to an outstanding young man. A bright future is yours to take. It's in the palm of your hands. Now it's on to Jose, who sets a standard for cooperation and kindness. You've got a heart made of gold and always follow and lead with a moral compass. Next is my special little Tristan with the magical mind. Out of your mouth, we never ever know what to expect or what we will find. You were the last addition to make our group complete, and without a doubt, your wit and creativity can never be beat. Luce, you are a natural-born leader with self-confidence and the ability to unite. You are open-minded, hardworking, and full of light. Francisco, so cheerful and full of goodwill. To work with you this past year has been one of my greatest thrills. What will I do now without one of your daily jokes? Text a joke every now and then in the group chat. That will be my only hope. Shar, you are the one student who always wanted to know if you were doing it right or wrong or moving way too slow. Your ability has grown in leaps and bounds throughout this entire year. Just remember, breathe and laugh along the way with that same level of care. Lawrence, you are so sensitive, but it's one of your greatest traits. To feel is a beautiful gift given to man and is not to be taken lightweight. Thank you for always doing whatever task I asked you to do, and you did it without hesitation and even with a smile on your face to boot. Haroon, after finally coming out of your shell, I can say that I find you so very delightful. I promise that in time, you will get everything for which you are entitled. You're in a class all of your own, and I mean this with no sarcasm attached. You've got a heart made of gold and the brains and the personality to match. And last but not least, Jason, always in the corner with a phone, quiet, sometimes acting as if you don't care. You've progressed greatly this year with a commendable amount of care. Looking back over the year, you've advanced as far as anyone. I encourage you to reach for your goals until you feel that you have won. To the 9 of you, you have done so much thinking and so much growing throughout all of this year. I have no doubt that your efforts have been sincere. So as you embark on the next phase, for you, we all cheer. But please, don't you ever forget this past year. As you venture off into this next chapter with all of its thrills, always make sure that you get up from every bump, slip, or spill. Because in life, no matter who we are and where we go, not everything goes smoothly, but life does eventually glow. Just know that I will think of you often and always compare future cadets to all of you. Next year's group, they have some big shoes to fill if they want to outdo. Let's be realistic though, no one can come close to you. And I mean that, no one can come close to any of you. To have witnessed your growth this year, it has truly been my honor, and you have left me renewed. With love, Ms. Millsap. So to my babies, I want y'all to know that I love you. I'm rooting for you. We are all rooting for you. You have done some absolutely amazing work this year, and we look forward to seeing what you do in the future. So congrats to you. At this time, I would like to introduce our graduation speaker for the cadets, Chief Greg Martin. Chief Martin has over 37 years of experience as a firefighter, a training chief, deputy chief of training and planning, chief of operations, emergency management director, and fire chief in departments throughout the United States, including the city of Lansing. Before making his way back to the capital city, Chief Martin served as the Lansing Fire Department's chief and emergency management director from 1996 to 2006. Throughout his years in service, Chief Martin has become an expert in areas such as fire suppression tactics, investigation, budgeting, and fire ground management. During the course of his career, he has also been heavily involved in firefighter health and safety issues, such as heart disease, cancer, and PTSD in the field. It is my honor and my pleasure to have Chief Martin here with us tonight, and at this time, I would like to invite him to the stage.
Well, thank you for the kind words. I guess at this point in your career, everything ahead of your qualifications or background is former. But I started when I was 14, so. But as I'm the interim fire chief here, and it's special for me for a number of reasons. I look at some of the faces out here, and I spoke at their graduation when they graduated from the Lansing Fire Trainee Academy, and now suddenly they've all gotten older and are getting closer to retirement. So it's good for me to see, and very, very rewarding to see how well they have done for themselves, for the department, for the city, and for all of you. So this is always a fun time for me to speak to graduates, and maybe a little bit doubly fun this year, because some of you may not know this, I'm a former elementary teacher many years ago and was trained as a school psychologist, so I spent a lot of time in school districts also. So it's a pleasure to be here, and I should point out that these programs don't happen accidentally. I think this started a number of years ago before my time with Joanne Randall, our maintenance division chief, and Dave Odom, our administrative chief. And they took this concept and made it happen. And particularly, we owe a big debt of gratitude to these two, and especially for Chief Odom for the tough year we've had. It's a tough program, and let alone COVID and all the complications that brought. So very proud of them, and appreciate all of their efforts. And I appreciate your efforts and efforts of your parents for sticking with you through this, because this is not an easy program. I should also point out we have Luciana Solis, our fire board chair, and the fire board in Lansing, an advisory board to the mayor and myself on the fire department. And she and the board have been extremely supportive of that. They're our link to the community. And so it's really important to have their support in this program. And the school district, just having a partner like this, because the concept is, what better concept is there? You have a Lansing resident, a Lansing school district student, and a Lansing firefighter. Soon, we hope. And so we're just really pleased to have this program take off, and I know there's an emergency medical technician program coming up, because that's the bulk of our business. This year we're probably going to run about 26,000 calls, and the largest majority of those are medical in nature or car wrecks, and we also fight fire and do all kinds of other things, but the medical portion is very, very important. And I guess in terms of the program, we really want this to be a pipeline for future talent. And you were very much part of a pilot program. It's growing next year. I think we have, not quite, but almost double the students. We're also going to be involved in a middle school program this summer to grab some of those kids early on and get them interested in the career. So you have truly been a big help to us in getting this program off the ground and building some interest in the community. And on top of that, we have a new community service officer position coming up this summer that'll be involved in this program and other community initiatives. So, but most importantly, we're here today because of you and all of your hard work. And congratulations for making it. I mean, it hasn't been easy. And you had a pretty demanding program with a demanding instructor. And I know Chief Odom was not easy on you all the time. Probably wasn't nice to you all the time either. But that's good. I mean, those are good lessons to learn about life. They're good lessons to learn about the fire service. And you want to learn those lessons in the classroom and on the training ground, not at a real incident. So I think Chief Odom did exactly what he wanted to do. He was really grooming you to be a future Lansing firefighter. Well, finally, I could give you all kinds of advice on what to do and what to say and what to worry about in life, but in 30 minutes you won't remember it. So what I want to say to you is just this. Follow your dreams to be a Lansing firefighter, we hope, and Lansing Fire will be there to help you. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to welcome Lawrence Pryor, one of our cadets up here, to give the student address.
How y'all doing today? Nice. Let me start again. How y'all doing today? That's good. My name is Lawrence Pryor. I'm a rising senior of Sexton High School, and I am speaking on the behalf of the 2021 Lansing Fire Academy class. So, I'd be up here hours if they let me, but they only finna let me up here for 5 minutes. So I gotta get straight to it. Okay, so the first word that comes to my mind when I think about this class so far is hectic. But not hectic in a bad way. Being here from September to now, we had so much fun. Like Francisco telling jokes every day, and man, us teaching Taz how to swim, we had fun. But it wasn't without anything, because we worked hard to get here, and we made it to the end. We here, we made it. After all the studying, the hard work we put in, all the long textbook work, all the lectures from Chief Odom, we got it. So, now today's the day. After all the work we put in, today's graduation's the end. The day we've been waiting for is here. And back in October, we all promised each other that we leave no man left behind. And it's crazy, because now that I look to my left, all 9 of us are still here, which means we left no one behind. No one was left behind. We kept pushing no matter what. No matter when somebody wanted to give up, we cannot leave them behind. The firefighter way is 2 in, 2 out. You can't leave them behind. And that's what we did. So from September to now, I want to thank y'all, because even when I wanted to give up, y'all still had my back. And now, before I end my speech, I want to thank the instructors for guiding us and pushing us and showing us the right way to do the job and getting the job done. I want to thank Chief Randall to my right for helping us out. He showed us and taught us that no matter what, how hard it is, you can do it. You just got to push through. I want to thank Ms. Millsap for telling us that no matter what, we got to be responsible, even if you don't want to do it. You got to take 2 hours to do the work. You can do it. And lastly, I want to thank Chief Odom, because no matter what, when people didn't believe in us, when people thought we couldn't do it, when people didn't want to push us, Chief Odom said we can. When it's stuff that he said he couldn't even do, and he's seen us do it. He know we could. When we took the test last week, he said we got it. He believed in all of us. As long as we believed in him, we got what we wanted. So I'm going to thank Chief Odom for that. Thank you. And, man. Now we all sit here today. Crazy. We was thinking about this since day one. Now we all here. We made it. We did stuff people didn't even think we can do. We did stuff people couldn't even do. And we high school. We made it, y'all. We unstoppable. Thank you.
Ms. Millsap? All right, this is for you. Got you a card, too. This is just to say thank you because, you've been with us the whole year. You worked with us. You didn't just care about us inside this program, but even outside of school. You made sure that we got our grades up and that we were focusing on the right track, and we can't thank you enough. We probably wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't without you. That's all.
My. Now that the waterworks have started for me, at this time, I would like to welcome Mayor Andy Shore, who is going to be presenting certificates along with Chief Odom. Okay, Chief Odom is coming after. Chief Martin is coming up here as well. Okay, thank you. Mayor Schwartz.
I can't really follow that. This is incredible. This is like the greatest graduation. That was the speech, the poem you did. What wonderful young people. To the parents, thank you all for having the faith in our fire department, in our school district, to put them in this position to succeed. It's really fantastic. I couldn't be more thrilled. When you start this in concept, it just is. It's kind of cool in concept. But now to see these young people here graduating, taking the next step, it's really exciting. So thank you to the parents, to all of the future firefighters, congratulations. We're proud of you here at the city. We know you're going to be exceptional firefighters. We really want you to be our firefighters. To our firefighters, thank you. Thank you all for believing in this program. Thank you to Chief Odom and to Chief Randall. You have both done a fantastic job, and it's appreciated. Thank you to Chief Martin. We are so proud, and I'm so excited to be here today to see your success. And I really can't wait to see you all in the uniform that these folks here are wearing, and being our firefighters, our EMT, our paramedics. You are our future, and you have done all the work that's expected and then some. And to come up and give speeches and show the pride and the class of Lansing, to give Ms. Millsap those beautiful flowers. This shows, this speaks tons about your character. You all have it. You have what it takes to succeed. You've shown it tonight without having to say much. You've shown it by completing this course and getting through. So congratulations, and thank you all for everything that you do and everything you're going through.
Okay, so at this time, we are going to call each of the cadets up one by one to receive a special certificate from the mayor and the city. Up first, Shardu. Next up, we have Jason Lee. This name was unintentionally left off of the program, and we will be sure to get a reprint for the family. Coming up next to the stage is Jose Medina. Mukumbukwa, better known as Haroon. Francisco Prey. Lawrence Pryor. Cervantes Trainer. Luz Vera. Last but not least, coming up to the stage, Tristan White. Okay, to close out the graduation ceremony, I would like to invite Chief Odom up here. And he will explain what is coming up next.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I'm sorry, Dad, man. So, you all are 5 years of no's. It took 5 years to get this going. And Chief Odom and I we've talked to some of everybody, try to get this going, and we finally got the opportunity with the school district to get this going, and you guys did it. On Saturday mornings, we had some great conversations on Saturday mornings. Stez, Haroon, Medina, are you all laughing, joking? They got through our 1-100 push-up, arms trembling, and the thing is, everything I asked you to do, I did it with you, right? Everything. That same push-up, I did it with you. And the thing is, at the end of the day, you all did something that no one can take from you. If you never become a firefighter, paramedic, EMT, you all became great. You're going to be great people, and you can take this anywhere in the world. The skill set you have, the determination, the I don't quit attitude will take you everywhere you want to go in life and then some. So I thank you for the opportunity. I thank you parents for entrusting us with your children. And I thank all of our fellow firefighters that came out and taught in the class and gave inspiration to the kids. I appreciate you, and I thank you very much for following through, not giving up, believing in us, and entrusting us with good education and just a good solid foundation to get you started. So I appreciate you all.
This is going to be a difficult one for me, but we're just going to get through it. I want to thank all the dignitaries on the stage. I want to thank the school district, first and foremost. When Chief Mackey was here, Chief Randall, I have to give him credit. He put everything together. He made appointments for us to go to field trips to How, see how their program was. We came back. The school district said, we want this. The school district has invested everything into the Lansing school, the children. I know a lot of people tell you that don't send your kids to Lansing schools, send them to the out-county schools. That's not how I feel. The Lansing School District has put everything on the line. I mean everything in my book. And I take my hats off to Ms. Bonero, to Ms. Millsap, Ms. Anu. They have invested everything. They have made it to the point where when these kids graduate, they're employable. They can go get jobs. And that's what you want for your children. They are even trying to double down even more and try to make it that when this next school semester starts, they can put them in the EMT program. They can take this and not just be in Lansing, but they can go everywhere else. Of course we want them here, but what we want is them to be successful no matter what happens. It's been a long journey. When I came here, I told myself, I said, man, I'm going to help these kids, support these kids, but really what happened is, what I tried to give them, they gave me. They gave me the support that I was trying to give them. They gave me the love that I was trying to give them. They gave me the encouragement that I was trying to give them. Every time we came to class, just seeing them changed my entire life. When I first became a firefighter, I had 3 kids, twin boys and a daughter. I started out in Flint. When I would come home after having a bad day, some difficult calls, when I walked in the house and I saw my kids, everything I saw, blood, guts, everything went away. Because I saw my children and they just took all the pain and everything all away. Y'all did the same thing for me. We had some good conversations. We talked about life. We talked about things that you wouldn't even imagine. One day when I was leaving to end in class, Luce asked me, she said, Chief, she said, how many kids do you have? I said, I got 3 kids. She said, you sure that's all you got? You sure you ain't got something you don't know about? And I'm like, I know I used to be wilding back in the day, and I done done some pretty crazy things. I said, but no, I think as far as I know, I just got 3. She said, no, you got 12. She said, you got us. I held it together in front of them, but when I went home, all I could think about is I don't know how teachers do it year in and year out. I'm attached to these kids. I don't know how it's going to feel coming here and then they're not in class with me every day. I was taking one of the students home the other day, and you all know that just recently some young people got shot in the city of Lansing. Kid told me last Friday when he was getting ready to get out the car, he said, Chief Odom, he said, you saved me. He said, I don't know what I would do if it wasn't for this class. He said, if I didn't come here every day, I'd probably be in trouble. I don't know what I would do. He said, I really enjoy being there. That's why this program is so important, and other programs like it, because it's not that I care if y'all be firefighters or not. I'm investing in them. We just want y'all to be successful. We just want you to realize that you can do anything that you want to do. And y'all have shown me that. Every step of the way, y'all have accomplished everything I asked you to do. So don't never let anybody tell you you can't do nothing. Don't let nobody let you look down on you because you came from the Lansing School District. Don't let nobody look down on you because of the neighborhood you came from, or you might have the clothes that somebody else might not have. Don't worry about that. You got to believe in yourself, because there's going to be times in your life that everybody might be against you, but you got to believe in yourself. When me and Shannon got hired in Flint, we had this slogan in our class, and it says, you go, I go. And I kept thinking to myself, like, what could I give you? If I give you a T-shirt, you know, you'll wear it. Eventually it's going to fade. You know, if we give you a trophy, you'll probably set up on your bed or your stand, it's going to collect dust. So the best thing I thought about I could give you is I give you myself. You go, I go. For the rest of your career, the rest of your life, I'm always going to be here as long as I got breath in my body. Y'all got my personal cell phone number. You can call me whenever time you need me, anytime, day or night. But I just want you to know the same thing that me and Shannon said to each other back in 1999. I'm saying that same thing to you today. You go, I go. I care about you. I just want to see you do well. I don't want to look in the newspaper and see something happen to you. When that shooting happened the other day, I had to reach out and text and find out and make sure that it wasn't one of mine. We as a community, school district, fire department, need to wrap our arms around these kids. Yeah, you know how when you're young, you do things you shouldn't do, but it don't mean you bad. It don't mean that, you know, you should be cast off. You just need somebody to correct you in a loving kind of way. And everybody don't know how to do that. When you correct a child, you need to do it in a loving way and let them know, yeah, you did wrong, but I still love you. Because some of the same stuff y'all done, I did the same thing. But just thanks to God that I'm still here and able to do what I do today. So I'm proud of you. I love you. This is not just a little accomplishment that you did. This is huge. Y'all set the standard. And I just want you to realize you should walk out of here with your head proud. You should feel good about yourself. And if this didn't tell you that you can do anything, I don't know what will. So at this time, I'm going to ask Chief Randall to come up. I'm going to ask Firefighter Neal, Captain Spidle, Captain Rivet, Engineer Powell, Captain Hageman, Fire Commissioner Lucy Solis to come up. This group of people right here, these individuals, they rode hard through this whole entire program. They showed up, and the students can tell you, they know who care about them and who don't. I'm just gonna keep it real. They know who was there and who talked to them and mentored them and wanted to see them do well. Today, when we was out there and throughout the week, these are the people that these students told me they want to see up here on this stage. The only person that's missing is Sawyer and Donovan. Those are only 2 people that's missing in Lloyd Lack. That's not here for other engagements. But this is who they said they wanted here. This is their family. All of these people up here, they love you and they care about you. And if you ever need them, I know they'll be there to support you. So I'm going to call you up. You asked me to say something about you individually, so I'm going to do that. So the first name that's going to come up is Shar. So Shardu is the valedictorian of his entire class. He held the highest grade point average from start to finish. Shardu is definitely motivated. He's a family person. He's quiet, but he's real humble. But I tell you right now, the Lansing Fire Department would be blessed to have somebody like him on this department. So we hope that he continue and that he will be with us one day. Shar, come up. You gotta take it with you, man. All set. One of the things that they're given is a challenge coin. And challenge coin is symbolic because they're part of us. They're part of our extended family on the Lansing Fire Department. But it also lets them know that what they achieve is something great. So whenever you're at home and you look at that coin, and you think about anything in your life that's an obstacle that you can't overcome, when you look at that coin, we hope that that coin will remind you that you can do anything. So keep that coin with you somewhere close by. If you need a word of encouragement and we're not there, that's what that coin is supposed to do for you. Next person up is Jason Lee. Jason was the one that everybody said in class was my son. Because we were so close. They said I babied Jason. They said nobody could do nothing to Jason, that I favored him, and I probably did. Because he was the biggest one in the class, and I didn't want him to do nothing to me. One of the things in class that we did, you know, we cut their hair. You know, Haroon, I gave him some clippers, and he took over cutting people in the class hair. You know, he learned how to be a barber right there in our class. And so we had haircut sessions and everything else. He would line Lawrence up, taper him up, and he did a good job. So he learned a lot of skills. Jose, don't come up yet. Jose is a gentle giant. Jose is a family person. Jose is the only student, and I probably shouldn't, well, never mind, I won't say that. He's the most mannerable. He was the most mannerable out of them, who never said a bad word. I just say it like that. I don't think I've ever heard him say a cuss word. I'll put it like that. But he definitely rose to the occasion. I got a chance to go watch him wrestle. He did a good job. I just want him to know I came because I wanted to support you and let you know it's not just about this, but I support you in other places. So I'm proud of you. And the accomplishments you made, you came a long way. Yeah. Next up is Haroon. I look at Haroon like he's a genius. He's smarter than he even knows. He's quiet, self-motivated. I went to watch him wrestle as well. He did a good job. He showed me in this class that he can do anything. I'm proud of the person that you are. He's responsible. He loves his family, and he's disciplined. You know, he's very disciplined. I learned that about him. So I'm proud of you. Come up here and get your awards. job, man. Next up is the funniest guy I have ever met. At some point in time, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw this dude next to Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart. No, I'm serious. When I tell you this dude would come to school with the funniest jokes I've ever heard, and I mean, I don't know where he got them from. He had thousands of them. I mean, he just kept us going, like all the time. He never stopped. He invited me to his family's cookout the other day. I had the best papaya salad that I ever had in my entire life. The mangoes were good. It was some of the best food I ever had. And so Francisco came in. We thought like he was the most in shape person. He worked out. He's a computer genius. He does these live streams that he sent me and had me watching all the time. But he's dedicated. He worked hard, and it showed throughout this year. So come on up and get your awards. Congratulations, man. Next up is the kid that I call a miracle. I heard about his story, how he was born early. He reminds me so much of myself that it ain't even funny. When I hired on the fire department in Flint, I was probably about your size. I know that's hard to believe now, you know. But you just keep eating them Kit Kat and Mountain Dews and all that stuff, you'll get there. But Lawrence, I probably shouldn't tell this, but I'm just going to tell it like it is. When I grew up, I had low self-esteem. I didn't think much about myself. You know, I compared myself to everybody else. And, you know, in our class, we have like real conversations. I talk to them about real life. I talk to them about sex. I talk to them about drugs. I talk to them about the music they listen to. I talk to them about life. We talk about money. We talk about finances. We talk about everything. And so, you know, Lawrence had told him, you know, that sometimes he didn't have the best of confidence in himself. And so there were times we had this big old tractor tire, and everybody could push the tire over, but Lawrence couldn't. And, you know, I could look at him some days, and he would just be like, man, you know, I just don't want to, you know, just why you keep making me try to do it? Eventually, Lawrence got up and started pushing that tire with nobody's help. He learned that all you got to do is, whatever you apply yourself to, you can make it. I'm beyond proud of this dude. I mean, he goofy as I don't know what. He hyper as I don't know what. But he got a heart of gold. Lawrence, come on up, man. I love all my students. Don't get it twisted. If I was 16 or 17 years old and back in high school, this would be the person I want to be my best friend. He loyal. He dedicated. He can play basketball, somewhat. He's not as good as the athlete as his brother. The only difference between him and his brother, he got the waves, and his brother just wear hats. But anyway, Tez is special to me. We've had some good conversations. And he growing up, graduated, going out to the real world now. And he's just a hard worker. Tez wants to be successful. And as long as you keep the attitude that you have and your mind is focused on that, you will do it. Proud of you, man. And I know you're going to do great things no matter what. Don't never let nobody tell you no different. You keep defying the odds. And don't let nobody tell you that you can't do whatever it is you want to do. Come on up. Most people don't know this, but when this class started, we had 10 students. We had another young lady, a brilliant young lady, who left and decided she wanted to go to the military. And we was really proud of her. We had one young lady who was able to hang out with all these dudes and hold her own. I mean, you couldn't tell her nothing. She feisty. You can't tell me that big things don't come in small packages. She held her own with them in every single thing we did. Every exercise we did, she did it. I mean, everything we asked her to accomplish, she did it, and she made it. She has kept us laughing. She is the most outspoken in the entire group. You ain't gonna push her around, and she's gonna be like that for the rest of her life. You're not gonna mess with Luz, because the thing is, she got all these brothers right here, that all she gotta do is call them up, and they're gonna be right there. Because she would do the same for them. She has kept us 100% entertained, biggest player in the whole bunch. But we love you. We're proud of you. You did it. And you show other young girls in the Lansing School District, in other school districts and all around, that you can do it too. You've done everything that any of these young men up here done, or anybody on this stage, and we're proud of you. She's a hard worker and she's dedicated. Come on up. Proud of you. Yeah. Last but definitely not least is Tristan. Me and Tristan got acquainted because I would give him rides home after school because he don't live too far from the school. We would have some good conversations. Tristan felt like I was harder on him than I was on anybody else. Tristan got mad at me, he got attitudes with me, but look at you now. It's the reason why I did it. I see more potential in you than you see in yourself. He's a great artist. The kids used to always laugh at him because he liked playing his guitar up under the stars. But I'm gonna tell this one story. There was a day, one of the exercises that they had to complete in order to, be a firefighter in the Lansing Fire Department is you have to climb a ladder, bust out a window, simulate busting out a window, and do a leg lock and come back down. Every time Tristan would get on this ladder, his legs would start shaking. Everybody saw it, I'm not lying. His legs would start shaking to the point that, I'm like, man, this ladder finna fall. But he would always go up there and do it. So the day came where the fire department came up, they took the fire truck and they raised the ladder up 102 feet in the air. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I don't even want to do this again. People was driving by, kids was coming out of schools, and he asked me, could he go first? I said, no. He's like, I want to go first and get it over with. I'm like, nope. I want you to sit back, and I want you to watch other people do it. Even if you feel like that's going to make it worse, I want you to do it. But when the time came, that dude flew up that ladder and flew back down in no time flat. I didn't know you was going to be able to do it. You proved to me that you can do anything. I'm proud of you, man. One thing about Tristan, and the whole class know this, He's not afraid to be who he is. And that's what I try to teach all the students. You don't have to be like somebody else. Be your own individual self. You ain't got to go wear the same type of clothes somebody else wearing because they're doing it. Get your own style. Get your own identity. If anybody showed us that in our class, it was Tristan. Come on up.
They brighten your teeth up. Look at them pearly whites. What are you talking about?
All right. Now, one more thing. I'm gonna eat that point. One more thing before we go. I do want to thank everybody from Lansing Fire Department, even those who didn't come out, and they supported us from afar. And those people who came out today, they came out because they wanted to show their support to you all. So all these guys you see back there, right here, they came out here because they support you and they believe in this program and what you're doing. So let's give them a hand. Thank Chief Martin and Chief Tobin for allowing my schedule to be flexed, to be able to be out there and to give me freedom to be able to take care of this class. He trusted me with it. He told me a while back, he said, you know what, I'm gonna give you a chance, David. Go ahead and take care of it and make it happen. So I appreciate that, allowing me to do that. If Ms. Bonero will come up and Ms. Millsap. I told you I believe in keeping it real, and I'm just gonna be honest. These two ladies right here, the program wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for them. That's just the truth. I know everybody in the Lansing School District play a part, but it's these two ladies right here who really believed and fought tooth and nail, trust me, things that you don't know about that I'm not even gonna say today to make this happen. It's these two who want to have the EMT program here. It's these two who trying to figure out a way that once you successfully pass Fire 1 and 2 and EMT, that they can come up with the money to pay for you to go to paramedic school and you don't have no debt. They working hard to try to make that happen. If it comes to fruition, we hope so, but if it doesn't, it wouldn't be because of them not having the effort to do it. On Saturdays, when we had to come here, Ms. Millsap will come and pick you up. Ms. Bonero will come up, her and her husband, and make sure y'all have food. Fish, chicken, good food. They provide that. It came out of their pockets, their time, because they love you and they care about you. It was these two and Miss Lanu who drove all the way to Howell with us so we could understand what this program was about and to make it happen. So today we want to give you these challenge coins from the Lansing Fire Department. And when we give them to you, we give them to you because we love you and you are part of us. You are our extended family. You're part of the LFD family. You're part of those children's lives. And you're also part of the school district. So we know sometimes that things get difficult and you meet opposition and things get hard. But these coins, we hope, will remind you of the great thing that you've done in these kids' lives. You have made a great impact. I told you, one of these students told me that because of this program, they stayed out of trouble. So not only did you help them in their personal life, but you helped them academically. So we want you to know we salute you, and nobody knows what you've done. Words don't even express it. We love you, and these kids, they thank you for what you've done because you have made an agreement to invest in their lives. These are the type of people that the school district and the city needs because they care. They invest their time. Sometimes they came when they didn't even get paid for it. That's how you know that it's more than a paycheck. That's how you know that their future is in good hands. So we thank you for what you've done. We thank you for your commitment. Thank you, parents, for trusting us with your students. Students, continue to strive to do well. Thank you for everybody who's here. We hope that you will continue to encourage these students to do great. It takes a village. You know, I learned that when they come to us, sometimes you got to be a counselor. Sometimes you got to be a homeboy. Sometimes you got to be somebody to correct them. I don't know how teachers do it. I don't think teachers make enough. Because none of us will be where we are if it wasn't for somebody teaching us and showing us the way. So I'm encouraging everybody here, love on your kids. Love on your neighbor's kids. Love on the kids down the street. Loving kids that you don't even know. If you see them in the store, tell them to pull their pants up and tell them to be respectful. Tell them you love them. Some kids who never hear, I love you. So it's up to all of us. We can make a difference if we really mean it. Sometimes you got to stop talking and you got to show some action. Love is an action word. And that's what y'all gave me. Y'all gave me action. Y'all showed me that I've gained some kids, some friends, and no matter whatever happens, you're going to always be in my heart. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. At this time, there are refreshments outside. Ain't no fried chicken or nothing like that. Y'all got to go out to dinner on your own, but what we do have is some cupcakes, some fruit, I think, and some fruit-infused water. So thank you all. That's the end of the program, unless anybody have anything else. If you, yep. One more thing before we go. Chief Telefarrell, this man right here, when he was the chief of Lansing Fire Department, came to me and Chief Randall with this idea. At the time, we couldn't make it happen. But he had made up in his mind, you know, that he was going to try. And when he left, he told me and Chief Randall, he was like, you know, there are some benefits to this program. It might not be immediate, but they'll be down the line. He said it's going to take some time. And so he planted that seed with us. Chief Randall, honestly, was the one who ran with it, to be honest with you. He did all the legwork. He did everything to get the program and for us to meet the right people. And from there, it just took off. So I don't ever want him to think that we don't appreciate what he did, because if it wasn't for him, you know, he put all the right pieces in place. And from there, it just went. So Chief Telefarrell, thank you for your vision. Chief Randall, thank you for doing what you had to do to make this happen. Lucy, we thank you. Everybody, all the students know Lucy. She showed up with donuts. She showed up with treats. She would just show up randomly to let these kids know how much she meant to them. Chief Mackey is not here today, but there's something in your bag that is from him. He wanted you to know how much you meant to him. He was with us, and he pushed hard to get this program. He's the same one that would FaceTime you while we're in class and ask how you're doing and check on you. So you got people extended that not even around that care about you. So make us all proud. Do the right thing. Stay out of trouble. Love everybody. Do the best you can. It'll pay off in the long run, I promise you that. So we got refreshments outside. We got the fire truck outside if you want to take pictures with your family. Also, if you've never seen the classroom is down there. And then Miss Lucy got a surprise for the students. You want to tell them? Okay. So it's a surprise. When you go down there to the classroom, she got something set up for you to play with. And when it's all said and done, remember the clue was, once you take care of it, it's enough for everybody. So figure it out when you get there. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it.